Can Newcastle figure out a way to pull up the offset tomorrow?
I don't think so. It's, you look at this Liverpool team and the goals that they're scoring. They've scored more goals than anyone this season, and it's because of that high press, that high energy that Klopp's teams like to implement. And I'm afraid with Eddie Howe coming in, still trying to figure out how to get these players to play the style he wants, which is open and expansive and use the ball. I don't think he has the players to fit that system, yet he will persevere with it. And I think at Anfield, it's going to be very, very tough, and they'll get turned over. Yeah,
I don't see anything other than a Liverpool win. You look at the defensive side for Newcastle, so many individual errors, penalties that they give away. And my concern is with Eddie Howe is that we know the brand of football, the style of football. They went to Leicester at the weekend, got beat 4-0, had more possession. It's not the time and the place. He will be thinking to himself, I can't wait for January to get here. But what type of players is he going to be able to get in, and what's going to be the reasoning that those players join the club as well?
If you're Liverpool, how much are you wanting to make a statement in this game after what the team above you in the table, Manchester City, did just yesterday?
Well, massive statement, and I think that, I talk about the goals for, it's going to be so tight, and Liverpool have to bank on the fact that they'll be in the title race, but it may be so tight. We're going to need these goals, and so in games like this where they might start to win and go away, they'll need to get the goals.
Yeah, just 5 points since the start of October for Everton and Rafa's club. They're fewest in the Premier League, so hugely important game for them for a bunch of different reasons. But I guess, Tim, you could say it's hugely important for Chelsea for different reasons than that.
Yeah, it's important for Chelsea because right now it's a three-horse race for Manchester City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. It's crazy to say, but before Christmas, they have to keep pace. If we expect Liverpool to brush aside Newcastle, then Chelsea have to think we've got to start every game we go out, we have to pick up 3 points because the teams ahead of us are in unbelievable form. That being said, Tuchel has to get Lukaku firing at the top end of the pitch, get him on there playing 90 minutes, that he can be the focal point back. That's why they bought him. I know he's had the injury, and he's kind of been in and out a little bit with the substitution. He needs to be on the pitch, 90 minutes, scoring goals.
Danny, how much has your opinion changed of Chelsea from the beginning of the year to right now?
Yeah, I actually said I thought that Chelsea were going to be favourites. I think Manchester City and Liverpool, they just keep going. Like Tim says, Chelsea have to win this game. The thing that's a little bit concerning for me, Chelsea-wise, is defensively. It's been built on an unbelievable defence since Tuchel took over. I think they conceded 7 in the last 4. Previous to that, they'd conceded 4 in the last 12. Conte's been out injured the last 4. No clean sheet within that 4. I just wonder whether there's a lot of talk with the contracts. You look at Rudiger. Arguably one of the best defenders in Europe now, certainly one of the best defenders in the Premier League. And Christensen's been left out of the team on occasions because the contract situation. And part of me just feels that these 2 players, as good as they are, is it affecting them? What's happening in their future? Do you think that that's something that could be affecting them, as in terms of what's happening long term with them?
I think it's possible. What I would say is, and probably putting a lot on Thomas Tuchel, I don't think he's done anything wrong since he took over. He's got the Midas touch. Yeah. So this is an opportunity where all eyes are going to be on him to say, hey, you need to figure this out. Okay, yes, I agree with you with how good Rudiger is, but he needs to get their minds back on the football pitch, making sure that whatever happens in the boardroom level doesn't affect that. And that's part of the manager's job. And as I said, I don't doubt him because he's done everything right so far.
Yeah. The other side of it, not as rosy for Rafa Benitez, even though the challenges are steep for Chelsea to catch those top 2 teams ahead of them. There's some chatter over the last few days that Rafa Benitez will not make it through the year, perhaps doesn't make it through the holiday season here. What do you think?
It's a difficult one because Marcel Brand's obviously the director of football. He's the one that's taken the fall at the moment, so everything lies with Benitez now in terms of signings. The issue that Benitez has at the moment, and he touched on it there in the press conference, is that he loves to play counter-attacking football. They don't have the players to do that now. Richarlison looks like he's going to be out. You've got Townsend looks like he's going to be out. Calvert-Lewin's out. They're the 3 main players, along with Gray, that have the pace to sit back, play on the counter-attack. So now what you're asking Benitez to do is to adjust to the players that you've got in the team and find a system that suits you. Also, otherwise, you're going to sit deep. But you're not going to have the pace to counter-attack, so the ball will keep coming back at you.
It's easy for you to say that and give him perhaps a pass because that is shorthanded from what he was supposed to have on this year. But you know that those fans are not going to give him a pass.
Well, they're not. 1 win in 10, and the win came against Arsenal, where a brilliant goal from Gray. Arsenal missed 2 sitters. They're not in a good run of form. I know no Calvert-Lewin, he's the focal point, but they had Townsend, Gray, and Richarlison fit. They should have been winning football games. This is going to be very difficult. I think with the injuries, they're coming to a really sticky period here.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch highlights all season long, and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend at 7 a.m. Eastern. And for even more content, head over to Peacock, where we've got live games, original series, and a dedicated round-the-clock Premier League channel featuring studio shows, classic matches, and much more.